Push the weight and no flex. Flex alive is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, come on in, man. I told you my work schedule changed. I'm gonna be a little sporadic. For those that are not up, y'all can catch me on the rebound, catch the replay, whatever. I might be putting in premieres, but sitting here, I say, yo, I got maybe about an hour. I'm gonna do a little something. Yeah. So I just want to talk about this, man. The sun's not even up. You see who's in the building. Ratchet, what up? Del Riv. Del Alexander. Jalen Hudson. Jay Bean, Eric H. Smash the like button. Make sure you share this video and hype this video. Make sure you share this one in particular, please. This one in particular. Make sure you share this in particular, please. I even, because I'm on my phone right now. I'm not even in the crib. I'm on my phone. And I couldn't, it's a lot of work trying to get it through Rumble. So when I get home, I'm gonna just re-upload this on Rumble. But I had to discuss this, man. I had to discuss this. Black Gun on the salute. My screen is small on here. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me pretty good? So I'm about to hang the phone up. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Had to talk about this, man. All right, cool. Y'all can hear me. It's raining outside too. The hype button is like, it's on the lower right-hand side. It's next to the like button somewhere. But make sure you share this one, because I couldn't let this go. I couldn't let this go. Shaquille, I see you, Queen. MXC, salute. Noah, what up? All right, look. I was watching my brother Blue Blood yesterday, as I watch all of you that do content. And he posted something about something that DAZN did. Now, let me tell you how serious this is with DAZN. What they did was they violated, man. They violated. On this day, and they put up a highlight reel about Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. And, I always said that something wasn't right with that because when you see the quick highlights that they do, no problem, Brian. When you see the quick highlights, they stay showing Ryan hitting Devin. You know what I mean? Steve L, salute. And I had a problem with that. I'm like, why they keep, someone needs to get back into the editing booth and just clip that part out. Replace it with something else. I edit. I know how to do it. Everyone who does content creator has edited sometime or another. That's what I'm saying. I'm a content creator, not a content hater. For me to do like a 15-second clip of anything, it might take a half hour of work to get the music down packed, to get the clips down packed, but it's not difficult. Once it's up, you can remove stuff and replace it. My point is, why the hell is that clip still in there? Knowing that we know the outcome of the fight. Why is that there? Jose, what up? Why is that there? Listen, if the outcome of the fight was clean, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But we know the outcome of the damn fight. That's the only reason why I got a problem with that. It wasn't clean. Listen, I was at Johnny Ruiz versus James Toney. I was there. I saw a beautiful boxing performance from James Toney. But when I heard he popped, listen, when I had John Ruiz on the show, I asked him, he doesn't really remember what happened, but I know if you look at that fight on BoxRec, it says no contest. HBO, they never spoke, once he was deemed dirty, they don't even show, they never showed highlights on HBO in reference to that fight. They never did it. Why? Now watch this. It was the right thing to do. I love James stylistically, but he cheated, man. He cheated. Look on BoxRec. It's a no contest. That fight is not celebrated. It's a no contest. When Keyshawn Davis popped for weed, do you see highlights of that fight anywhere? Right. Devin Haney was assaulted in the ring. Growing with soul, salute, brother. Devin Haney was assaulted in the ring, y'all. There's no getting around it. You can say what you want. The King was assaulted in the ring. In what universe does DAZN think it's okay after knowing the outcome? It's a no contest. He was sued, had to pay $1 million, didn't pay it to DHP, but the way the business worked out, he had to pay Oscar. And then y'all get mad that Devin sued? He was assaulted in the ring. He sued for breach of contract, and the breach of contract was for the rematch. And Devin didn't even get paid. Oscar got paid. Or for the lawsuit we're talking about. And then when we discuss these discrepancies, all y'all can say is, I can't unsee the left hook. You hate, and let me talk to the knuckle draggers. You big lip chimpanzee knuckle dragging monkeys. Your disdain is as such that you can look past this as if you don't know that there's been death in the ring. Y'all don't know that? Or it depends on who could potentially get killed. We all look at the John McClellan situation and say, oh man, that's bad. That's bad. But when we got on here and we brought Art Hostage on here, we said, hey man, y'all might not know this. And I know people in America didn't know this. There was no internet back then. But there was a gang called the Essex Boys. And Nigel Benn ran with those guys. Those guys was dealing all kinds of drugs and everything. And where there's smoke, there's fire. John McClellan was a hard hitter. And he knocked this dude out the damn ring. He gets up and fights back. And then we had one of the worst accidents we've ever seen in the history of the sport. And we all hang our head and say, oh, that's bad. Oh, my God. And we say, hey, there's a potential that Nigel Benn was on some stuff. And y'all say, hey, man, that's okay. Yeah, he may have been, man. We agree with you. We agree. Fast forward to now. No, I'm sorry. Watch this. Prior to that, you had a situation with Billy Collins and Louis Resto. That was before the Nigel Benn and Gerald McClellan incident. Yeah, Big Soldier, I'll cook T.O. some other time. Prior to that, you had this situation with Billy Collins and Louis Resto. I don't know if y'all ever saw that fight. I saw that fight from start to finish. It was a hard fight, and Billy Collins was lumped up really bad. And Louis Resto, you know, he came out the hood. He had the typical boxer story, rags to riches, and he was on his way to superstardom, right? Well, at the very end of that fight, he goes to dap it up with Billy Collins' dad. He grabs those gloves, no padding. And he went and got the ref immediately. He was like, yo! Well, long story short, Louis Resto was caught. He claims he didn't know. Panama Lewis was reprimanded because he said that Panama did it. He didn't know. He's in there throwing all night long. He didn't know that there was something wrong with his gloves. Don't believe you. Don't believe you. Sorry, but not sorry. Don't believe you, man. Don't believe you. So he was caught. And if you haven't heard of it, do your research. Do your own damn research. They were caught, him and Panama Lewis, tried and convicted. Both men were thrown out of the sport. And let me give you a brief history on Panama Lewis. He was also involved in the infamous Black Bottle incident with Alexis Arguello and Aaron Pryor. In between rounds, he's talking to Aaron Pryor. No, don't give me the water. Give me the other one, the one that I mixed. Don't give me that one, the one that I mixed. The sanctioning bodies got involved. They said, we don't think you mixed water with water. What was in there? It was rumored that he put smelling salts mixed with the water. I don't know. That was the rumor. I don't know. That was the rumor. But we don't know. And we knew Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, if you know the story, Stormy, salute. If you know the story, Alexis Arguello was a thin, lanky dude, but this dude could punch, man. This dude could punch, and Aaron Pryor could take a punch. There was one part where he hit Aaron Pryor in the face so hard, he snapped his head back. And Aaron said, yo, when he hit me so hard, I saw the top of the ceiling. But for some reason, he couldn't stop Aaron Pryor, and Aaron Pryor beat the will out of him. Don't give me that bottle. Give me the one that I mixed. So they couldn't catch him there. But you know what they did have? The rematch. But by then, Alexis was mentally gone. Aaron started beating his ass again. He dropped him, and Alexis just sat there and didn't bother to get up. He said, you know what? Nah. No, I just can't fuck with this guy. But we'll never know what was in the infamous black bottle. We'll never know. Now, some may say, yo, man, Aaron just had his number. But this is Panama Lewis, man. We'll never know. Give me the bottle, not the one with the water, the one that I mixed. What the fuck was in there? I could barely read that. Antihistamines to open up the prize. Okay, okay, I heard that. I did hear that. Antihistamines. And if you go back and watch that fight, you look at that fight and say, what the hell is Aaron made of? That's more than him just being tough. But by the second fight, Alexis was mentally gone. Go watch it. Aaron knocks him down. He sat there. He could have got up. He said, nope, not doing this again. And he sat there. You remember when Eric Morales fought Pacquiao his final time? Man, he knocked him down. He looked in his corner and smiled and shook his head and said, nope, Not doing it. I ain't got it. Not against this guy. He got my number. Exactly. I believe that Panama Lewis put something in that black bottle. But he was never caught. But if you watch the fight and you hear him say, don't give me that bottle, give me the one that I mixed. Pull me glove up. Pull me glove up. Sounds familiar, right? Pull me glove up. Right? Right. But y'all watch boxing though, right? So Billy Collins, his dad caught Louis Resto. Resto and Lewis were punished. They were kicked out of the sport. Louis Resto was put in jail. He was put in jail. He never fought again. Last time I saw Louis Resto was about 5 years ago. He was at the Morris Park gym. I just walked up in there to see somebody. I said, oh shit. I think he was living upstairs. He since moved, but his career was over. And he was next up, man. He was the next prodigy coming out of New York. Gone. Y'all had to see some kind of documentary. But they showed this, they handled this with care, because you know what happened to Billy Collins? He got depressed, and eventually he died in a car accident. He died in a car accident. That's what happened. And they blamed the car accident on this fight. Do you know that? They said, man, after this fight, he was so depressed, and I think he was drunk driving. I don't remember. But he didn't die in the ring. When they say assault in the ring, the people that don't know, he wasn't killed in the ring or went to the hospital and succumbed to his injuries or nothing like that. He had the fight, he was cheated, and then it was said that he went into a state of depression. And then he had the car accident, and they blamed the depression from the fight on the car accident. Now, we don't really know. It might have been an accident. But my thing is, the Billy Collins situation, they handle it with care. They handle it with care. That's what they did. They handled it with care. And when I was growing up, I said, man, that is messed up. Shame. I understand the psychology of an athlete. I understand. I've been around a lot of them. Athlete, you got to be a little bit crazy to be a boxer. Or in any kind of combat sport, you have to be, because that's not normal to do that. It's not normal. But imagine spending your hard-earned time in investing into this sport, and you reach the pinnacle, and just when you think you're great, you run up against somebody that's matching you blow for blow, wit for wit, and you have to work a little harder. You have to work a little. What the fuck is this guy doing? You have to work a little harder, and you come up short, and you're like, man, this guy's my match right here. He might be a little better. I got to get back in the gym. And then you find out that this guy cheated. And what's worse is the fans. Oh no. Those drugs or those hand wraps had nothing to do with him taking those punches. Oh, Devin, I can't unsee that left hook, though. Ostarine don't do much. Plus, it was a billionth of a gram. I can't unsee the left hook. Did anybody say, hey, Billy, Louis cheated, but your face looked like that for a reason? Yo, dogs, I never heard it. This fight took place in the early 80s. I never heard anyone say, hey, you know, Billy got cheated, but you know what? He still got hit. His face looked like that for a reason, man. Where's the head movement? When Louis was stepping in with that jab and hooking off the jab, I mean, Billy was right there. I mean, he cheated, but he got hit. I never heard that, bruh. I never heard it. And don't tell me, oh, it's because of how his life ended. Don't tell me that bullshit. You know why? Let me help you out a little bit. Let me help you out. Miguel Cotto and Antonio Margarito told you Johnny come latelys. Let me bring your dumb asses up to speed. Antonio Margarito was never caught versus Cotto. He was never caught. But this is interesting. Jordan, I see you. This is very interesting. He was caught by Brother Nas trying to cheat Sugar Shane Mosley. When that happened, we went back and looked at the Cotto Margarito fight. We said, you know something? We've never seen Miguel's face look like that. We've never seen that. We never seen when Miguel got hurt with that body shot. And you hear Max Kellerman go, Cotto's hurt, guys. To me, I said, okay, it's just a body shot. And Miguel's always been in shape. But I never seen him hurt like that. Ever. So I said, man, is this Margarito motherfucker punching? He's punching like that? I said, well, he did level Golden Johnson. I did see that. But I said, man. Then I went back to the Kermit Cintron fight. I said, I remember Kermit rolling on the floor, holding his guts like, and Margarito screaming, get up, get up. I'm like, this dude punching like that? I remember the Josh Clottey fight. I remember the Paul Williams fight. Then next thing you know, he's knocking people sideways. And I said, is he punching like that? I was a little confused, but I said, because we didn't have no evidence, right? We didn't have any evidence, no real evidence. So I said, is he punching like that? I watched the Cotto fight. Cotto was in the fight until he got hit. Is he punching like that? Then the Mosey situation happened. And we start to add and subtract and say, wait a minute. Cotto, wait a minute. Kermit Cintron, y'all go to my channel. He was one of our early interviews. We interviewed Kermit Cintron and we asked him about Margarito. He said, that motherfucker cheated me twice. Twice, that's what he said. He said he cheated me twice. I said twice. Now, two things here. Number one, we extended Miguel Cotto a lot of courtesy, didn't we? Cotto was beaten, but Margarito was never caught. He was never caught. But we're not fools. We put two and two together. We said, man, this dude had to cheat it. And Miguel got it back in blood and bust his eye up after Pacquiao bust his eye up. And got it back in blood, and I loved it. Miguel Cotto's one of my favorite fighters. Shout out to Miguel. The real Miguel. And we celebrated that, right? We just said, nah, we know Miguel Cotto got cheated. We just know. Margarito wasn't caught, but we just know. We extended him that courtesy, right? Right. We never said, hey, man, in that first fight, Miguel ain't have to get hit. I can't unsee that body shot. His face got lumped up for a reason, man. How come he ain't move out the way of those punches, man? Nah, man, I can't unsee that. Right? Right. Now let's go to Kermit Cintron. Y'all paying attention? Let's go to Kermit Cintron. Kermit Cintron said that Margarito got him twice. He said that man cheated me twice. Go to my channel and find the Kermit Cintron interview. Shout out to my brother Trick Nolte. He said he got me twice. Go look at it. I said, damn, twice. He said, man, I've never got hit like that in my life. In my life. Let me tell you how bad Margarito was. If Kermit beats Margarito, we get Kermit Cintron and Miguel Cotto on the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the eve of the Puerto Rican Day Parade. He had 2 Puerto Ricans. And Kermit was that guy at the time. Margarito really fucked that up. Off of cheating. Felix, what up, brother? Tim, what up? He messed it up. He messed it up. And Kermit said he got him twice. Twice? Now let me ask y'all a question. Did anybody go to my show and say, hey, Kermit's making excuses? If you haven't seen the show, I've mentioned it a bunch of times. Anyone ever get in my comment section? The hatest of haters. Yo, Kermit making excuses, man. Margarito didn't do anything to him, man. He just lost, man. No, why? Because Margarito's a proven cheater. What happened when, after Shane Mosley whooped his ass, he tried, convicted, and kicked out? His next fight was in Mexico. Bob Arum had to pull a lot of strings to get him back to America to fight Manny Pacquiao. But he did it. That's another thing. He got the cheater his American license back. That's what he did. Why didn't anyone call Kermit Cintron an excuse maker? Why didn't anyone say, hey, your team is stupid? They didn't catch the hand wraps the first time? But what about the second time? You didn't tell him that his punches felt a little odd? You didn't say anything? Nah, Kermit, you an asshole. That's your fault, Kermit. Did anyone ever say that? Did anyone tell Miguel Cotto, hey, you stupid? You didn't have your daddy or your overweight friend, remember his buddy, the fat dude? Nobody went to go look at his hand wraps the first time? That's your fault, Miguel. That's your fault, Kermit. Anyone ever said that? Anyone ever say, hey, man, I can't unsee any of those punches? Kermit, why you got hit with that body shot? Miguel, why you got your face lumped up? Hey, Billy Collins, your face is swollen up for a reason, man. Louis was hitting you. I can't unsee those punches. Hey, Gerald McClellan, I don't give a fuck if Nigel was on drugs and he woke up like the Undertaker. You still got hit. That's why you was blinking like that. Why aren't we extended any courtesy? And then here comes Ryan Garcia. Does all of that, tried, convicted, suspended for a year, similar to Margarito? And I gotta read you big lip monkeys talking about I can't unsee a left hook. Wow. Wow. You see, it becomes more about us. It becomes more about your hatred for Bill, your hatred for Devin, and our support for him. And it becomes more about us. It becomes more about us. Never mind that shit. I don't like the LDBC. Live streams about us. Never mind the situation, the fact that we're on top of it. I don't like it. Just like this Daniel Kinahan shit. We've been telling you for 6 years about this guy. 6 years. The pipe bomb was MTK Global just going out of business. They went from having every fighter in the world from the UK to just vanishing. The secondary bomb was Tyson Fury not being allowed on American soil anymore. You see that? You see that? What we got to say about that? It's no longer about principle with y'all. It becomes about us. We could be on the same page, and then the minute you see me, 78, Stormy, BFTB, anybody, 503 Line, anybody start talking about, hey, man, this is fucked up, then all of a sudden, y'all go all the way to the left because we say right. You can't put down your big lips for two. The only thing you put your big lips on is your boyfriend. But you can't put down unrighteousness for 2 fucking seconds. Y'all don't stand on principles for anything. Y'all have no principles. That's what I'm saying. Y'all a bunch of you understand why there's a Monkey Tuesday? Because I don't see nothing but a bunch of big lip chimpanzees doing this. When I gotta hear of a light-skinned midget monkey from Texas by the name of Knockout Boxing 86 get on his platform, his big platform, and say that he hopes Devin Haney gets frozen out of every opportunity. Dogs, what the fuck makes you say that? Us? We made you say that? That nigga is a coon. Listen, the reality about that nigga is I just tolerated him. I ain't fuck with him because I knew where that was going. I told my brother BF, I said, bro, that's your man. That's your man. But I see his spirit. Stormy knew. But we stayed out of it. And the inevitable happened. The first time it happened, it got squashed. The second time it happened, nah, that shit is a wrap. I always saw a spirit. Let me tell y'all something. Bill gave that dumb nigga time on his channel. And he talked to Bill like he a nigga in the street. I never heard KO go off on anybody or try to get interviews or anybody give him interviews where he could talk to him like that. Bill is on Eddie Hearn's level. What are we talking about here? All them niggas. Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, he above Lou DiBella, Bob Arum, Top Rank. Oh, no, he's not Drew. Man, Bill got Turkey on speed dial. Bill and his son built the brand to where it's worth millions of dollars. What you mean he's not on Turkey's level? I mean, what you mean he's not on Eddie Hearn's level? And he gave this nigga time and he was on here talking to him crazy. I don't see any of these dudes on YouTube channels talking to the people. I don't see it. What I do see is an unconditional disrespect. Everybody want to slap Bill, and I want to fight Bill, and fuck Devin. Y'all don't say that shit about none of these white folk. Never heard it about Bob, never heard about Eddie, never heard about Frank, never heard about Lou DiBella, anybody. Shelly Finkel, anybody. Y'all on y'all best behavior. Y'all got all the smoke for people that look like you. That dumb nigga Tiger Johnson came all the way from Ohio to New York to get his ass kicked by a bunch of high school students. And then, lawsuit. I thought you don't sue in boxing. And mind you, everything he said did not happen. We have it on video. I say, why the fuck was he all the way? Oh, well, he was there to support a teammate. Okay, what he wasn't there to do, if you're there to support a teammate, support your teammate. What you're not there to do is get into a fucking shit match with a 16-year-old. Dummy. Because that's what happened. He was not in control of his own ego. He was not in control of it. And he paid for it. And he got embarrassed. What I saw was Bill grab him and keep him from getting his ass whooped. And when it was over, he ran back to the door by 33rd Street and then got stomped out. So you lost, then ran over there and lost again. If that was Eddie Hearn with any one of his fighters, you wouldn't have did that. You wouldn't have did any of that. You big lip chimpanzees are well-trained, man. You're well-trained. And you don't know any better. This is why I can't stand Gen Z. You have no self-awareness. Code, what's that? We point out these discrepancies, and rather than people saying, I don't agree with their boxing opinion, but this situation with the cheating and Daniel Kinahan, yeah, they're correct. That's correct. Hell, you don't even have to like me as a person, even though you don't know me. I don't know. I never understood that. But stick to the fucking topic. The topic was Ryan Garcia cheating. Then it ballooned into him being a racist. The topic was Margarito cheating. He was not caught versus Miguel Cotto. He was caught versus Shane Mosley. But we extend courtesy to Miguel Cotto. And Miguel Cotto always wanted that rematch, like Devin wants that smoke with Ryan Garcia. And what happened? Not the fight. Why? I was at the post-fight when Ryan said no rematch. Champ side was sitting right next to me. I said, what do you mean no rematch? He won. But what do you mean no rematch? Devin had to chase this dumbass around. He's still chasing him around. No rematch. Let me see. How are you supposed to get it back in blood when a person doesn't want to bleed? Time to bleed. Every person I spoke to in depth about that situation, you know what's been consistent? Because eventually I get it all out of them. The only thing that's been consistent is that Bill always comes up. Always comes up. Because they can't talk boxing. First they start out with, I can't unsee the left hook. I said, well, that left hook was charged by drugs. It was a billionth of a gram. I said, if you drive 300 miles and your gas tank holds 301 miles worth of gas, and you get pulled over, and you look at your gas tank, you say, well, I only got a mile's worth of gas in there. Well, you started out with 301 miles of it, 304 miles of it, or whatever. You get my point. You had a full tank at one point, but when you was driving for a while, there ain't much left. That's how PEDs work. That's how medicine works. I take one pill a day. One. But what happens if I don't take it for a week? I don't feel as good. When y'all take drug tests, I get random at my job. I'm a CDL driver. Love getting random. So that means they take me off my line. I take my time going to Brooklyn. Love it. Because I'm clean. But what happens when you're not clean? It's like, man, I just got off vacation a month ago. All right. Yeah, man, I was somewhere doing lines, though. Uh-oh. It's been how many weeks? 4 weeks or some change? You better hope it's out your system. You might piss hot. Then what happens if you piss hot? What are you going to say? It was only a billionth of a gram. Really, nigga? A billionth of a gram? I don't care if it's a trillionth. There was more in there. There was more in there. How do you inject, what human being can inject a billionth of a gram of anything in their system? Why would you even do that? And then the motherfucker said it was an accidental consumption. Accidental? Accidental. And then he started lying all over the place. It was perfect amino. It was super carb. You trying to make weight, but you on something called super carb. But you trying to make weight. Talk to me like I'm stupid. And then the companies had to come forth, ashwagandha, the companies had to come forth and say, hey man, what he had in his system is not in our product. Cease and desist before we sue your ass. They should have sued him. We were here for all of this. And then it became George Floyd's fault. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Then he started blaming black people. All of a sudden, people become experts on us. Right? Right. And then when you talk to a big lip monkey about everything that I said, did I lie on this guy? No. When you talk to a big lip baboon, hey man, it's this and this and this and this. Magically, we get off topic and they bring up Bill. Well, what is your problem with Bill? I've had people tell me they don't like what Bill said to Leonard Ellaby or some shit. I'm like, bro, I'm not hearing nothing you saying right now. The topic is racist Ryan cheating. You can leave the color thing. Matter of fact, we wasn't on no color thing. It became a race thing because of Ryan. It became a race thing because of Ryan. And now that he opened that door, you can't close that. Because if you can overlook this as a black person, it's not, bro, you can't hate the LDBC that much. You can't hate yourself that much. If you can overlook what Ryan Garcia did, as a person of color, there's something wrong with you. All of you big lip knuckle draggers that I've seen that keeps talking to me about about a left hook. I never heard y'all say anything about Billy Collins lacking head movement. I never heard y'all say anything about Miguel Cotto not being defensively sound. Never heard that. Man, Aaron Pryor and Panama Lewis went to court over that black bottle. But they couldn't catch him because there was no black bottle to find. They just heard what he said in the corner. So they ran it back. But by then, Arguello was mentally gone. And that's what y'all hope for Devin Haney. All I kept hearing is, he's mentally gone. He's mentally gone. He has PTSD. Got in there with Jose Ramirez. He won easily. He fought like that for a reason. I know why he fought like that. I was literally there talking to the camp. I know why he fought like that. He was clearly preserving himself because he wanted that Ryan Garcia fight, which was supposed to be next for both of them, win or lose. Devin won, Ryan did not. And here's what I noticed. Ryan loses. He didn't look anywhere near as sharp as when he fought Devin, which was the last time he saw them each other in the ring. And all I heard was, well, Ryan was out the ring. He has ring rust. I said, who was Ryan's last fight? Devin. Well, who was Devin's last fight? Ryan. What the fuck are we talking about here? Okay. So he has PTSD. That's why he fought like that. But Ryan was the one that lost. And then y'all made it up. Oh, well, he's rusty, and he was going to court, and y'all were bullying him online, and y'all made all these excuses, you big-lipped chimpanzees, you hairy-back, ugly, big-lipped chimpanzees with crooked teeth, made all the excuses in the world for this kid. And the deal was, by hook or by crook, both of them could fight next. He said no. And rather than call him a duck, y'all justified it. Then he leapfrogs everybody right into a title shot against Mario Barrios. And even at 47, he still don't want to fight Devin Haney. And y'all keep talking about getting it back in blood. Y'all keep talking about getting it back in blood. How? How? All you gotta do is let these goons talk. They'll tell you exactly who they are. They'll tell you exactly who they are. Devin still wants that smoke. And magically, y'all are looking for reasons not to give it. What happened to all of y'all talking about get it back in blood? Why y'all not saying, hey, whoa, go get Devin now? And I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up and down. I'm not even gonna call Devin versus Brian Norman Jr. I'm not even gonna call that Devin's best win. You know why? Because I didn't understand what the hell y'all was seeing anyway. I said, bro, listen, I'm just gonna say it. This is mediocre work for Devin. That's what I said. I said, this is mediocre work. I don't know what y'all seeing. Don't get gassed off of that knockout in Japan. I know the kid hit hard. But Brian only had a puncher's chance. Now, unless he had, and I said this, I told my brother Tay Jones this, unless he has a different side to his game that I haven't seen, based off of what I've seen, he only has a puncher's chance. Meaning, outside of landing something, Devin has to make a mistake, like a Linares mistake, when he rolled in the wrong direction and Linares caught him. He can't do that to Brian, because Brian will end him. But I said, nah, Devin's gotten better since then. So unless Brian has another gear that I don't see, I got Devin in a landslide. Unanimous decision. That's what I said. And I was told that Brian has another gear. I said, okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And we saw what we saw. You know, like how y'all say, I can't unsee a left hook. What happened to Brian? What did he eat in the second round? It was a left hook, right? That's what he ate. Welcome down Van Houten in the building. Salute. Freedom's March. Salute. Ate a left hook. This is the most feared puncher. I was at the stare down in New York. Oh, Devin's nervous. All of y'all can read body language now. Devin's nervous. That's why he bounced around like that. I say, you look fine to me. As a matter of fact, when they got near each other, I said, yo, Devin bigger than him, bro. But whatever. The legend of Brian Norman being this feared puncher and being strong, it's true. But I said, this is Devin. I don't think y'all understand how much of a dog Devin is. And y'all disrespected him. Oh, he's supposed to die that night. Remember that? He's supposed to die. I picked Brian by demolition, by death. And Devin's finally going to get his. I was reading things like that. Devin is finally going to get his. Well, we saw what we saw. I can't unsee the left hook, right? And this is no shade to Brian Norman Jr. I like Brian Norman Jr. As a matter of fact, I stood in the pocket for Brian. As a matter of fact, there will be no Brian Norman disrespect on my channel. You know why? Devin has a listen. He's the only person that answered the call. I will forever respect Brian Norman Jr. And shame on you haters for abandoning him. Because that's just what happened. And that's just what we said was going to happen. I say there ain't no real, outside of Cats and ATL, there aren't no real Brian Norman Jr. fans. There aren't any. aren't any real Brian Norman Jr. fans. There's just Devin Haney haters. And when that fell to the wayside, what y'all got now? Nothing. You know what we got? A whole list. We got a whole list of you motherfuckers just talking. Devin this, Devin that. Meanwhile, Devin has a whole list. Devin this, Devin that. He has a whole list. Boots talking about, fight me at 52. Nigga, I just got the 47, man. Stop, bro. Cut it out. I just got the 47. I'm about to get this belt. You know, a belt that you said you wanted. You wanted to be undisputed at 47. Remember that? Let me go up to 47 in my first fight. Take care of the guy that you couldn't seal the deal with. Let's do that. And he did that. And what am I hearing right now? Devin he fought to catch weight. He already compromised the catch weight. Oh, he was already going up to 54 to fight Xander Zayas. Why can't he fight Boots at 52? I say this respectfully. Fuck Boots in this instance. Y'all are only double jumping his dick because him and Devin are mentioned in the same sentence. And I keep telling y'all better hope he don't fuck around and lose to Xander Zayas. Because I'm not justifying anything. His ass was supposed to remain at 47, bro. And do what he said he was going to do. Not what Eddie Hearn told him to do. I hope he beat Xander Zayas. But you heard that motherfucker say he was going to come in out. Because, that's another thing. He said, Devin said, I might go to 54 to face a champion. You know what I was actually hearing people and reading people say this. Oh, Devin's going up to bully the younger fighter, the less experienced fighter. I said, man, Xander Zayas is a unified champion. Oh, why is Devin going after Rolly? Rolly got a belt. He was trying to go after Ryan. But A, Ryan fucked around and lost, and B, he still didn't want to fight Devin. So why not go after the guy that got the belt? This is elementary, Watson. What are you, you guys, oh my God, the haters are so ass backwards. You guys are like deliberately dumb. So when I use DD, it don't mean Daredevil. You're DD, deliberately dumb. And your big lip chimpanzee super coons. You're tree sloths. Because you know tree sloths are slow. Y'all are tree sloths slow. Y'all are big lip ugly chimpanzees with raccoon hats. Mook, what up, Mook? Xander said, exactly. Xander said I was going to come in at 180 pounds and walk through Devin. Now he's going to do that shit to fucking Boots. Y'all better hope Boots knocks it. Yo, listen, man. And I ain't got no ill will towards Xander's eyes. I like the kid. Puerto Rico, I love it when Puerto Rico has a star because Puerto Rico, you know, the Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend, it'd be lit. It'd be lit. But I'm telling you right now, bro, y'all better hope Boots knocks the shit out of Xander Zayas. And by the way, ain't it funny how people start doing things and all of a sudden certain arguments fall to the wayside? What happened to this weight bully thing? Devin is so big. He's gone up 3 divisions, right? He hung around at 35 when he was draining himself. Something that Boots doesn't want to do. Fine. Then he went to 40. You still said he was too big. Now he's at 47 and fought the puncher that nobody wanted to fight. Beats him easy. Then he threatened to go to 54 because nobody in the list wanted to fight him. And y'all said he was about to bully Xander Zayas. Zayas says, nah, I was going to walk through Devin. I was going to come in super heavy. Damn near cruiserweight. Cruiserweight, y'all. Damn near. Light heavyweight, damn near cruiserweight. So if he's going to do that to Devin, what the fuck do you... Yo, listen. Didn't Sebastian Fundora duck Xander Zayas? Word on the curb is it was a weight issue. Zayas is 54, but that motherfucker come in at 200 pounds damn near. And he admitted it. Damn near. damn near admitted it. He said I was going to come in heavy at Devin. No, he's going to come in heavy at Boots. And Boots didn't put no weight restriction on him. So if Boots gets ran through, let's just say this, 503 in the building, if Boots gets ran through, are we going to call Boots stupid? Or are we going to call Xander's eyes a weight bully? Be careful. Let's say we call him stupid. Would that be fair? Nah, Drew, he's a warrior. He ain't put no weight restrictions on him like Tank Davis does, people. And I'd say, yeah, you know, that's cool. Yeah, but you know, Deontay Wilder was called stupid when he came in at 218 pounds and Zilly Zane came in at 260. Deontay was called stupid. Y'all didn't say shit. You see how y'all arguments fall to the wayside? You see how y'all niggas look stupid? It's further proof that it's never about the situation. It's about who's involved with the situation. We feel sorry for Miguel Cotto. We feel sorry for Billy Collins. We feel sorry for Kermit Cintron. Nobody called him. The man got on my show and said he cheated me twice. Nobody in the chat said, man, twice? What the fuck's wrong with your corner? Y'all blame Deontay's corner. Roy Jones got on my show and said that was Deontay's fault for not catching Fury if he cheated him. Roy Jones said that on my show, bruh. Go back and watch it. Me, Stormy, Trick Nolte, and the late, great Kurt Sugar. That's what he said. I was like, damn. Well, we got love for Roy, but what do we know about Roy? I think it was Richard Hall. Roy Jones popped versus Richard Hall. You know why the fight happened? Because Richard Hall popped too. What we doing? So of course I expect Roy to take that position. He'd be a hypocrite not to. Y'all better pray for Boots. And I'm telling you, if Boots loses and he starts getting bullied in the pocket, I'm telling you right now, don't look for me to start talking about weight being an issue. Don't do it. I'm not going to do it. Double X Posse, not going to be able to do it. Can you do it? Not going to be able to do it. Nah, baby, I'm not going to be able to do it. Nope. Y'all do it. Y'all do it. I'm not doing it. It's not about the situation. It's who's involved with the situation or who benefited with the situation. Deontay Wilder had a fucking fractured skull from a goddamn guy who's a known cheater. Y'all didn't care. We start finding out about Daniel Kinahan, and this guy's a drug cheat and a glove cheat. He's done this before. Long counts and everything. Y'all didn't care. And now all of this is coming out. Man, I hope they extradite this mofo straight to America. Then we're going to see. I already know what I'm dealing with. So when I see you smuts talking about how you can't unsee a left hook, but you show sympathy to Miguel Cotto. Miguel, never forget, y'all, Margarito was never caught versus Miguel. But we extend Miguel to courtesy. We feel sorry for goddamn Billy Collins. Nigel Benn was never caught. We just suspect. But it goes down as one of the greatest accidents in boxing history. And by the way, when his sister was interviewed by Andre Ward, I remember I did the show. What part did they cut out? And I DM'd Andre Ward, by the way. I said, yo, you uploaded your video to YouTube. I watched the whole thing. When I went back to watch it, the part where she said she had that meeting in the backyard with that dude, and they said that that Nigel Benn was absolutely on drugs. I said, Andre, that was removed out of your goddamn interview. I don't know if you did it or if YouTube did it. I'm just letting you know. I didn't get a response. I mean, who's Andre Ward to respond to me? He don't know me. But y'all saw it. But too late, I have it. But it's not in the original interview. Stop playing with the people. Y'all pick and choose. So now you got DAZN celebrating on this day, Devin Haney versus Ryan. Stop keeping this bullshit alive, man. Ryan is a racist. Ryan is a cheater. And y'all keep him alive with this nonsense. You black people that still support Ryan and smile in his face and ha-ha kiki, that's why I call y'all homosexuals. That's why. 1 minute you claim you understand the game of boxing, the next minute you can ignore everything. I don't respect you. I don't like you. You's a coon. You's a big lip chimpanzee. F you and F your entire bloodline. You are insignificant. And if it came down to a war, you the first person I'm knocking your brains out the side of your head. I will blow your eyeballs out the back of your fitted cap with a 6 hour. Because I'm not fighting multiple wars. Judas Sambo. Judas Sambo. Guys are the worst. And on that note, I gotta get out of here. Shout out to all the do-gooders, the Dudley Do-Rights. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and the friends of the family. And like I said, I'm sporadic, but you getting this content, and this pissed me off. I am 2 seconds from canceling my DAZN account and sending them a very nasty email. And I'm really considering that. Because this is ridiculous. This is disrespectful. They undermined us all the time. And I'm tired of it. I've been tired of it. Swear to God, man. We stay getting disrespected. I speak up for Miguel Cotto. I speak up for everybody when they get cheated, man. Y'all heard me say, hey, man, Jarrell Miller, I was rooting for him against AJ, but goddamn it, he had 4 different narcotics in the system. I didn't want AJ to die. Y'all heard me say that. Y'all heard me say that. But y'all hate Bill that much. You hate yourself, man. You fatherless scumbags. I'm out of here, man. Love y'all. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.